to what Arty Noobs for general disturbance. This is the AMX M4 Mini 54, the tier 10 French heavy. It's located on the eastbourne of Studzianki under the command of Mr. Lan. Well, one mark of excellence already on the barrel, and Mr. Lan is known for his exciting games, so I'm expecting him to actually have a nice bit of action, but well, he started off playing with his mouse button and he can't get enough of it. Okay, let's see how he gets on. 13cm gun is his main armament. He's got 560 alpha and penetration of 250mm, and he's loaded plenty of premium rounds. In fact, he's only got one round of HE as his alternative. So he's barging his way through because he's got a better gun than the others, and he might as well make use of it. He has got a long reload time though. Oh, enemy puts a round in, and yes, he hits the IS-7 for 582, blasting right through his frontal armour. Yeah, you don't see many tanks doing that, and the IS-7 didn't like it. He moved over to the other side to try and get some better shots. Hello! That one went through the upper plate and he got 579, which is a high roll. Okay, just wait for the reload to go through. Mr. Land's got 10.10 seconds. That one didn't go through. I think there the armour saved the IS-7, because it certainly looked as if it hit the target, but it looks like it bounced off. Hello! Nope, that one didn't pen either. And I think again the armour saved him, because he's got his armour straight towards us to try and bounce the shells. Oh, no, he fooled him there. And the IS-7's taken his shot, missed, and that round goes... No, it doesn't go in. So that's 3 shots he's had where he hasn't been able to pen. But now the IS-7 made a mistake, and that one goes through his lower plate, and he takes a loss of 582, another high roll. The IS-7's had enough, he's out of there. Yeah, it's not a tank you can bring down in a frontal scrap. The AMX M4 54 has incredible frontal armour. And the gun, well, the gun with premium rounds is lethal. Especially against tanks which supposedly have armour, but they actually don't. Hello, that's him. IS-7 finished. Okay, well, Mr. Land's happy with that. He's having a quick look around because I think there's some more tanks further off. He's actually alongside an AMX 50B, which is the alternative version. That's the oscillating turret French heavy. This version is much more like the Panzer 7 or Panzer 7, because that's what it's really designed on, but with slight less armour on the sides and the rear. Well, he did get clobbered there by a Centurion who managed to put a round in. He got 399, but Mr. Lan got 521 back on the Centurion Action 10. So that wasn't a very good exchange for the Centurion. But Mr. Lan has lost some hit points and he's now up to 3,000. Okay, somebody just died. In fact, it was an enemy M60, but we can see. Hello, Mr. Yep, that one's a pen. That one went 586 into the Progetto 65. It's a high roll again. He's looking to get another shot, but he was careful there to ensure that the Progetto didn't get a shot. Now we're trying to get a shot on the Skoda. I think it's a Skoda. Is it Skoda? No, it's not a Skoda. It's an M454, his opposite number. Okay, so he knows that this guy's got heavy armour, but it does have a few weak spots, and one of them is the cupolas. There's another weak spot, obviously the shoulders of this vehicle, and of course if you can hit the sides and the rear, you'll take them down. Looks like the AMX 50B got a kill, and he took out the M454. Ooh, that one went straight past us into the Progetto. Who's around here? Nobody. Okay, so we can really start moving up on the enemy now. Okay, shots on these guys will really help. That's a flesh bomb. And he fires in, I think that was his HE round there. What 490? Was it the HE round? Not sure. Oh yes, it was the HE round because he got 683. The Heshbon takes another round. This time it's the premium. And he gets 470. That's a low roll. Heshbon. Yes, right through the roof. 500 hit points off that. Another low roll though. He's really rolling low at the moment. He needs more high rolls. Gorilla? No, can't get a shot. He's actually hugging the wall because he doesn't want to come up against the big gun and lose hit points. So we're going to try and drop in on him from above. Hello, Mr. Gorilla. Yes, he takes that one. Didn't like it, but he got hit for 584. And that's a high roll and the Gorilla's gone. Now we've got to deal with the T62A. Trying to get a shot. No. Difficult. We've only got 8 degrees gun depression. Oh, well, our teammate decided to go all in. And Mr. Land does the same. And he gets some RAM. Okay, we're taking fire from an AMX 13105. But he's not penetrating, even though he's doing 390 alpha. And there goes a shot into him for a high roll, 585. And the 105 is down. This 55, he can easily eat that thing alive. And he pumps around in for 551, low roll. Moving up, using the cover. The Viz 55's decided to disappear, mainly because he's in danger, but we found somebody else to victimize, and the round goes into the side of the Centurion Action 10, the one he hit earlier, who only hits the tracks, and now he's going to suffer again, and nothing he can do. 539. Now, can we get a ram kill? Let's see. Yes, there's a ram kill, and we took a round in the rear from the Viz 55. In fact, we took 2 rounds. And there's a round back at him for 619. That's a high roll. Yep, that Viz 55 is going to regret doing that because there's only 2 Artys left after this. And that's the end of him. Only 492. And Arnie was saying his words from, what's it now? It was the Mars film. There's one of the Artys. Crumbs. Total Recall, that was it. And that's the end of the game. They've killed the last enemy. It's all over, bar the shouting. Well, what can you say about this tank? It is totally OP, and you can see why a lot of players have been playing it. He got an ace tanker out of this AMX M4 Mini 54, Mr. Lan. He also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 7. A duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him. A fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly. And a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points for his own vehicle. He actually picked up a Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team, as well as a high caliber for dealing the most damage in that game. And his total damage, well, you can see it straight away, 10,913. He was really having a bit of fun with this one, and he was, well, he was going through the enemy like really they didn't have armor. The only one who was actually able to stop some of his shells was the IS-7, and that was only because he angled his armor perfectly against the shots that Mr. Lamb was putting in. The moment the IS-7 raised the front of his hull a little, that gave Mr. Lamb an in, and he was into that lower plate and managed to finish off the IS-7 finally after a lot of fighting and losing a few rounds, which just literally bounced off his frontal armor. Anyway, let's have a look at team score and see where he is. Well, obviously he gets the highest damage in this one. No one came near him. It's nigh on 11,000 hit points of damage. It's 10,913. The next highest scorer in this game was the Progetto on his own team with 3,187. And the second one was the AMX M4 54 on the enemy team, who got 2,892 and third place. When it came to kills, it was actually, he was beaten by the AMX 50B, who managed to do very well and get 5 kills, 1/3 of the enemy team and 1 short of a Top Gun, whilst Mr. Lan only got 4 out of that one, and in joint third place, the AMX 13105 on his own team and the Progetto 65 on the enemy team actually managed to get 2 kills apiece. When it came to base XP, Mr. Lan's top. He managed to get 1,476, mainly by virtue of the fact that he got the most damage in that game. He really did carry his team on that one. He was monstering the enemy. 1,476 to him. The next highest was the AMX 13105 in his own team with 912. And the third highest was the AMX 50B, who got the highest number of kills with 894. You can see, look at the difference in damage. I mean, he got 5 kills. Mr. Land only got 4. But just look at the damage difference between those two tanks. The AMX 50B is an autoloader with an oscillating turret. But just look at this tank with the heavy armor on the front and that big gun. It is able to do considerable damage in the hands of somebody who knows how to drive it. So 2 out of 3 in the top, because he loses the number of kills to the AMX 50B, but he's certainly got the high caliber and the highest base XP. He fired 23 rounds, 21 direct hits, 20 penetrations, so only 2 rounds actually missed the target altogether. 10,913 hit points of damage, of which 2,212 were at more than 300 meters. So you can see, even at long range, this is a really good tank. 9 hits received, 3 of them penetrated, 6 non-penetrations, and 1 hit by way of splash damage from the enemy. 1,860 hit points of damage blocked by armor. He spotted 2 enemy vehicles, damaged 10 of the enemy, killed 4, and 877 hit points of damage assistance. For the battle, he earned 88,018 credits, 66,014 from personal reserves, 33,007 from battle payments, a grand total of 231,048 credits, the sort of amount of credits you'd actually earn from a frontline battle, but this was a standard ordinary battle of just 7 minutes and 13 seconds duration. After repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables, and yes, he did spend an awful lot on ammunition because he was firing mostly premium. He blew away the only HE round he had. He used that on the Heshbarn and got a lovely hit as well, a high roll, and did some damage to him. But he only had 1 round, so he couldn't put another one into the Heshbarn except for using up one of the premiums. But he still came out with a profit of 88,891 credits profit. 1,476 XP from the game and 2,214 taken away. So another great game in the AMX M4 Milli 54. I'm really enjoying some of these games. And we've got some multiple battle games coming up, or multiple battle videos coming up in the same tank. So I'm hoping that we're going to see similar games to this one from Mr. Lan and the previous one from RNG as Toxis, because it's really interesting seeing the brutal force of this heavy tank as it just plows its way through the enemy. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching!